things is if you do have a parent who's caused a significant amount of problems, you do have to sit down with them at some point, one-on-one, and outline expectations. This is acceptable in our setting, this is not. And you certainly want to do it as professionally as you can, proactively as you can, but you do have to get that message out. Well, what happens if that parent, even after this great proactive one-on-one meeting, does not abide by it? What do you do next? Well, there are a couple things. One, you better go and enlist the help of your superintendent and principal because you need their back. If they aren't going to back you in dealing with this problem, it's not going to get solved and it's going to be reoccurring. The next thing is, what do you do if this parent disregards your expectations? You need to take the next step. And particularly in this day and age of email, if you send an email, providing somebody proofreads it first, and it's well written and it's properly stated, so you do need somebody to read it first. You send an email, you now have the time and date on it, you have documentation, you've notified them. Very, very important. So now you have a follow-up. Also with an email, if you do it properly, you can send a blind copy to your principal, to your superintendent, and they know exactly what has transpired. So this behavioral problem as a parent can't go to either of these two individuals and create a bigger problem by going to these individuals. One that I tied into the one suggestion, one of the things I did years ago under a similar situation was I sent a certified letter. The reason for a certified letter was they had a sign for it. I knew they got it because this particular parent, this particular challenging parent, always claimed, we didn't get your message, we didn't get your information. Oh yes you did. And well, how do you know I did? Because I have the postcard that said you signed for it. Now, you may not agree. You may not like what we had to say. And you do as professionally as you can, politely as you can. But you did get the information. Now, if you can't abide by our expectations, we will have to take a further step. And that was outlined in the letter. But certified mail, and some in the class, maybe they were too young, they didn't even know what certified mail was. Oh, sorry. But I think if you do certified mail, you have another legitimate source of documentation. You're dealing with the problem. And you also can then go back to your principal, your superintendent, whatever involved, and show, hey, we did. Here's a copy of the letter, we sent it, they received it. Here's what has happened. And the more times that you can document things, and I don't mean this to be negative, but you have something to refer back to, you're in much better stead.